Okay, good morning to my name is Anduila, and today here we're gonna discuss a little bit about 4-day work week revolution. So, Eric, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi everyone, I'm Eric. I'm based in Bahia and I'm 25 and living with my girlfriend, and I work as a software engineer.
Awesome, thanks a lot. Next, Aurelio.
Yes. Hi guys, I'm Aurelio. I'm 52 years old. I live in Italy. I'm Italian and I'm normal worker, nothing special. I love to study different types of languages, and I love talk and talk because I have the possibility to improve my ability, my speaking ability. That's it.
Awesome, thanks a lot, Aurelio. Nondas.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Nondas. I'm from Brasilia, 28 years old, nutrition student, addicted to buy books and to listen music in my free time. That's all.
Very good, very good. Bruna, how about you?
Guys, morning. I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo with my family. I am studying language at college. This is my last semester. Did I mention I live in São Paulo? I think so. I'm 27. I work as a teacher and also as a community manager here on Talk and Talk. That's it.
Thanks, Bruna. And last but not least, Karina, please.
Hi guys, Karina from Recife. I've been working with technology for 10 years, front-end developer and UI designer. Yes, and I love to study English because I'm here to practice.
Okay. So guys, I will start with a more personal question and then we can open this conversation, make more wider. So the first one is just more, personal. How was the balance of your professional life and your personal life being? It's healthy in your opinion, your work-life balance? Bruna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just need to check the question again because I can't see them. I'm trying to open it.
Okay, I'll share you.
It's okay. Thank you so much. And the balance of a professional life and a personal life. Okay.
Yeah.
I think nowadays, like my life has changed a little bit this year, and now I'm working 100% remotely. So I am crazily still trying to understand, how to manage the time and how it is to have a flexible schedule, And I've been feeling this comes with this experience of finding this balance. I think I'm still understanding it, but it's been a healthy process. I'm trying to focus on me. I'm trying to go to the gym and do therapy in order to support me, in this process. So I can say it's been a healthy relationship, between these two areas of my life.
Nice.
Not always,
Very
of
nice.
course, but most of the time.
Awesome. It's nice to hear that. How about you, Eric? What's your life?
For me, is something like as I'm getting older, I'm starting to value more have a good work-life balance, and I would say like the last couple of years, it was basically when I switched my mind in order to have more free time. So I would say I'm the best work-life balance that I have been my entire life. So, and I think it's because not only working remotely, but also understand what how the benefits and the advantages that we could have if you work too much or if you don't pay attention in our health. So yeah, that's 2 points.
Yeah, this is nice. Something that you have to improve, I think, in your You know, always have to improve because we always have point and different point and new points also. Nondas, how about you?
Yeah, in my opinion, is healthy, but I don't have balance, and I have a little. My opinion is a little confused about this topic because I don't believe in balance in the life. Really, I don't believe. I believe in cycles, different cycles in our life. So it's hard. I will give you an example. For example, in English. So when I started to learn English, I needed to put more energy and to learn more words and vocabulary and things like that. So now I can chill a little bit, and it's good. It's good for me. So I in my job it's the same. For example, I'm putting more energy now, but I know after I can calm down, and it's been okay. But I consider my relation with my job healthy. It's important to know our limits and to respect them. And yeah, for me, that's my point.
Yeah. Really that you want to provoke us. I kind of agree with you. It's a kind of philosophical answer. And yeah, I think the balance is more that try to keep your life, not to keep your life unbalanced. Like the balance that, you know, is not necessarily equal, but, you know, just to let you go in a healthy way.
Maybe a dynamic balance is not 50-50, but in general, a dynamic balance.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. How about you, Aurelio?
Yes.
To point on it.
But yes, I can tell you that my life is perfect now because I love my job. I like to stay with my colleagues. And during my free time, I use my time, logically, to stay with my family, the first. And I use all my times with to do a gym. I stay with friends. Yes, my boss have a problem with me, but for me this is not a problem because I have a indifferent personality, and for me it's not a problem. Fortunately, I speak with my production manager, and my production manager speak with a boss. I haven't occasion to stay face to face with my boss, and for me this is good. I say very well, guys.
Awesome, Aurelio. Nice to hear that. Karina, how about you?
So at the moment, everything was fine because at the moment I'm a relocate, so I'm only study, doing volunteer working and study English, and I can go to the gym, do some food at home. So at the moment, but before it was so crazy because I think 2 years ago I have a burnout. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, my answer is I'm PhD student, so I don't know how to handle with this time, you know, this work-time balance, life balance, because it's something that is kind of abstract, you know, so you go to the bed thinking in science and maybe I could read or could have done that and so on, you know, something that's kind of nuts for me and have consuming a lot of my energy. So something that I have to work very hard on it. I feel that I feel kind of tired sometimes. That's it. Accept some tips also. Guys, question number 4. Do you no, question number 4, let me see no order here about would you propose some change in your work environment? What kind of changes would you propose if you have this power? Karina, you can start. You can think in, you know, in your last job, maybe.
Yesterday, I was an interview with a recruiter, and she asked me, "What do you want? What do you want to find in the environment job?" And I answered for her, "I don't want a toxic environment." Because this for me is a key. Because if you have a good environment, a synergy with everyone, you process, you job, you can flow. But a toxic environment, for me, I think that's a big tech company I don't want.
Okay.
Because it's a problem for your mental health.
Yeah. Oh, very interesting. Let's hear from other guy from technology environment. Henrik, how about you?
That's a good question. I personally hate meetings, like unnecessary meetings. So that's something that I would definitely change in my work environment, because in my opinion, you attend to several meetings does not equal productivity or doing a great job. I totally agree with Karina on that. I had an experience in a toxic environment, and it was awful. Just don't have any words to describe, but it was pretty bad, and that's something that I don't recommend to anyone. But I also, like, if I had to change, I also give more autonomy and freedom to my coworkers, because I think that is a good thing in order to like sometimes you can work like the regular 9 to 5 hours, and you have to do things in a day because life happens. So it's very good to have the freedom to just log out of the computer, do a thing, and come back later if you need it. So I would say those two things for me are very important.
Yeah, very interesting answer, because I'm thinking that in the past, was our mentality in terms of job was kind of industrial, like, we have to fit the part and always the same, everyone the same, doing the same thing in the same time. And nowadays, I think driven by the technology environment, we have a kind of this change in revolution. Like you can make your own hour, like, your own routine. And this is really, really interesting to think. Let me see other here. Bruna, how about you?
I can say that just like Aurelio, I'm really lucky, because I think this year we like changing jobs, and working here on Talk and Talk. I think it's been a really healthy place to work at. Like something I think it was common, like last year when I was working online, is that sometimes I would feel lonely, like without anybody to talk to. And this is something we do here. Like we do something like a silence meeting, like we are just there working at the same time. We don't always talk to each other, but I know that if I call them, they will be there, so it turns into a not lonely environment, to work at. I think it's a nice idea for those who are working remotely. But I don't know, I think for now I wouldn't change anything. I must confess I'm really happy. And the things I will change are on me, not on the system. Like I need to change on my life, not the company. That's it.
Okay. Thanks, Bruna. Nondas, your turn.
Bro, I feel you, and I need to change my life as well, and not my job. But talking about jobs that I had in the past, maybe for me, maybe to have a better process for the people, to hire people, because normally the companies don't choose good employees, and maybe it can become the environment toxic and things like that. So normally I think a good selection of people, it's a good way to turn this environment a good environment. And autonomy, and Henrique said about this, in autonomy, it's good. It's horrible when you want to do something and you know that it can be good for the company, for your job and things like that, and you don't have autonomy to do this. So it's horrible. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm thinking here about the autonomy in the possibility to choose by your own what you want, you know, doing your time and for time and working. And sometimes, for example, as a PhD student, it's just like this. And it's a kind of hard, it's almost a curse because you have all the time to develop your science, but it's not easy to, you know, I started from the scratch and develop this kind of thing. It's a kind of almost creative process that you don't know how to handle, you know, you don't know how to control. So yeah, sometimes maybe I'm thinking a lot about this, you know, that maybe if I fit a pattern, working on it, I think will be nice for me, or at least better than, you know, just let the without routine, you know, very specific routine. But that's my opinion. Thanks, Nondas. Now, how about you, Aurelio?
Yes, we have a lot of problem in my company, but in my point of view, the principal is inside the warehouse. We have a very high temperature, and a lot of time I told my boss that the best solution to resolve this problem is to install the air condition, but every time my boss told me, wow, the temperature is good. Where is the problem? And I replied, yes, you haven't a problem because you stay close in the office with the air condition and you have 25 degrees centigrade. In this case, the temperature is good. But for us in the warehouse where the temperature is close to 40 degrees centigrade is a nightmare. If you install the air conditioner in the warehouse, the temperature is good because we can stay with 25, 28 degrees centigrade, and the worker inside can work very good without a problem. If you think with this temperature for us is a very stress because we stay close to the tool machine, the temperature is so high, and sometimes it is impossible. In fact, a few my colleagues have a problem with body pressure, and this is not good for us. But I think the real reason is for this problem is my boss he don't like the idea to spend the money for us. I think that you think we are slaves, but today the slave theoretically is not a reality. The reality is we are a people that work to search to live like in a good way for us and for our family. In the past, there was slaves, but today we are in the 21st century. Probably it's good if the situation change in the best way for us.
Yeah, yeah. I think the people also, you know, the workers also have calling these images for changing. You know, during this pandemic situation, because you know we kind of started to think more about our life work balance, and you know the the reality about the life and the time, about the family, about what you have done with your life. So this is, I feel that the people, you know, they are more active nowadays, you know, trying to calling by this kind of thing. I will, you know, make another question to you, Aurelio, that number 4, do you develop any creative activity or personal activity, like you have your time to read?
If you speak regarding personal activity, in my case, I have a problem because I'm a eclectic person. I have a different interested. I do a different activity. Example, I do 3 different sports with my friends or alone eventually. I have a great passion. In fact, if you see behind me, I have a big collection of space model kits that I make in myself. And in this way, I haven't a problem. If you speak regarding the activity in the company, I think that is a good idea if there is the possibility to have a free time. We spend together, my colleagues, to improve our relationship and to stay very well. But unfortunately, we haven't the occasion to getting out the company and to do in the restaurant or in the pizzeria and to stay together. Because my colleagues probably this problem, the root of this problem is my boss, because him doesn't organize a meeting together out of the working time, I think.
Okay, yeah, this is really bad. But very good tip. Also, you have this kind of creative activity together, your co-workers. Be interesting. Let me see here. Karina.
Yes, I develop personal activities. I think it's important. So on free time, I go to the gym. I go to some place, a park or beach. But I feel better when I do work volunteer. And I did this work for over 80 years. I do this volunteer work. And I feel better because I think that we don't come to the world only to receive, but I think it's important to give something for the person, for a better workplace.
Very nice, very nice. Wow, 80 years. That's quite a long time. Very nice. Congrats. Eric, how about you? Do you develop any creative activity?
Yeah, I think for personal activities, I've been playing tennis a lot this year, going to the gym whenever I can. And also I like to think about like the normal like day-to-day activities, like walk the dogs and stay with family. I like to consider that as well, because at least for me, it helped me a lot to switch off the work on my head and focus on other things. And for creativity, like I consider studying a different language, creative activity, and I do that as well. And I do study other things. But one thing that I really was trying to do is to not do creative activities in front of the computer, since I always stay the whole day
nice.
Here. But to be honest, I didn't get there yet. So I'm looking to, I don't know, classes or schools in my city, but I don't know, apart from to go to learn an instrument, I couldn't find anything else to do like in my city. So I'm still on the looking for that. But yeah, that's usually what I'm looking to do like my day in order like to switch off from work.
Glad. That's really nice. Really, really nice. Let me see. Nondas.
Oh man, I like to read. Read a lot because for me creativity is a lot of pieces of different things, and you mix these and you create a solution for anything. So I love to read different kinds of books, different subjects, and when I have time and I'm trying to create this time, I go to the parks, and I love to be go to the nature to see the sunsets and to feed the birds in my yard and things like that. It's good for me, and it's a good way to use my time. I think I feel a little lighter after this.
Just appreciate the world. I can see the pictures. I'm thinking here that you cannot say that, when I have the free time, I go to the gym because you have work on the gym.
No.
I don't want to see the gym. Oh my God. Thanks a lot, Nondas. Bruna, how about you?
Well, I would say personal activities. Eric and Eric said something really nice about learning new language. I think it opens a lot of doors, in terms of knowledge and culture. I think it's been helping me so much. Also going to the gym, I would say it's a personal activity. And I was thinking here of TNT. Of course, I can't forget to mention the meetings, like writing the themes and like researching topics. I think this is a great way to develop my creativity being a hostess here. And, like looking for themes, not just in the meetings, but also in the classes, like since I am in touch with the students a lot of times during the week, like sometimes I need to bring something different, like work on the same topic, but using different activities. This is something that definitely develops my creativity too. And I think
Very
it's totally
good.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I consider also, learning language kind of, creative thing, because through the language, you can connect to other things. Because, for example, I was talking to Bruno that I started to also learn Spanish. And I figured out that I never studied bachata. And I started, oh man, bachata is so interesting rhythm. I will check about it. So you can, so I started to connect to other things. So this is really nice. And I was thinking also that, this Saturday, I will start a course of improvisation. I really don't know what I did.
How awesome! It's amazing.
I don't know what, I don't know what's going on, but that's it.
That's
I
really nice.
will start. I will improvise a lot. That's it. Guys, I was thinking about what Karina said. And in your opinion, what are the characteristics of the toxic environment? You can start, Karina. You brought this aside.
I think that when you have members or colleagues in your company that don't respect you, and make the deadline on shorting, and how can I say cobrar? How can I say this? Cobrar you all the time, and I think I'm a person that I'm feeling energy all of you, in your behavior and your eyes. And I think that because the energy, the people you are talking and you are working is important. And I'm thinking that people don't talking to you, looking in your eye, and the energy of people and the way that you talk with you, not respect you. I think it's not bad. It's a bad environment. I think you feel that you know not nothing sufficient. You know,
Okay.
you don't know, because I study, but the people that see you, I know nothing sufficient.
Okay.
And I may
Interesting.
feel that I'm not a good professional. I feel that, you know, because is because of these last 2 years I have a burnout. Because I think that my family is important to support me, because I think that almost I was give up of my professional, because I'm not feel a good professional, because I think that I know everything, because IT technology area is a good area, but you need to study a lot, because if you have an environment company that, oh, you don't know this, I don't believe it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really. Yeah, I created this question because, you know, I was thinking that, say that we have an environment, you know, that is toxic. It's so, you know, so general. So I think we might have something more specific in terms of it. And thanks a lot for sharing with us this point. And, you know, I'm thinking and comparing with the English, for example. I think nowadays we have in this kind of, you know, judgment about, oh, you don't know about that or about this, because, you know, they're running and how fast is the information and the news, and you need to know that. Even in English, you know, the English school is the normal English school is just like that, you know. Oh, how can I say this? Oh, you don't know English because you don't know how can I say this. Oh my God, you're so bad. You need to know all the meaning of all the words in the world. It's so interesting. So thanks a lot, Karin, for sharing with us. How about you, Henry? What do you think? What's your opinion?
For me, a toxic environment, it has like, let me just have like the lack of like, how I forgot. I really forgot the word, but basically, for me, a toxic environment is basically when you are in a team most of the time working with someone else, and you don't feel like you're part of the team. You feel pressured like every constant moment. Even if you don't are working, you're still feeling that kind of pressure. So that's something that definitely like makes and place a company a top environment for me as well. You cannot express yourself, you can suggest things, and you can like give your opinion, or even if you give your opinion, it's not listened, it's not like anyone will not like pay attention for that or even consider that. I really forgot what I was gonna say in the first place, but also, and like Karina said, putting a little bit of my own experience in that. I present lots of fights and like using like bad words and using aggressive tones. So usually when the company is very aggressive, like the EU leader is very aggressive, is something very bad to have in your work environment. And also like when you put that everything that in the bucket, you decide to feel that you're not confident to do anything else and you're motivated to do anything else, and even depressed as well. So for me, that's what I would say about toxic environment.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing, Henry. Let me hear from Aurelio.
Yes, regarding my situation my situation is perfect, fortunately. In general, if I speak in general, for us, the environment inside the company is good. I can tell you that is good. We have only the problem that unfortunately our boss pay us the less salary, like as slaves. And for this reason, my colleagues don't happy because they have a problem to arrive at the end of the month. I think that this problem, yes, this is a problem in my company, probably in other company here in Italy. But the root of this problem is our politician, because they decided the minimum and the maximum salary for the workers, and unfortunately, every boss prefer to pay less the salary for the workers, and this is a problem. I think that if they told if they took a medium salary, we can resolve a lot of problem. Regarding other problems inside, we have a good relationship between colleagues. Yes, my boss for me is not a problem. I haven't had respect other my colleagues, but we have the problem for the air condition. Unfortunately, I don't like this. I prefer to stay out of the company because, yes, I stay in the open. The temperature probably is so hot, but there is a wind. The temperature is more good respect inside our house. No, other problems, no, nothing. That's it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing, Alan. How about you, Bruna? What do you think? In your opinion, characters of toxic environment.
Yeah, I was thinking here while the guys were saying, trying to think of my last experiences. I think gossip is something bad. I love gossip. I love, but I think at
It's
the
something
workplace,
bad and you love.
yes, it's something bad, but I like it. But I think at the workplace it can be bad. This gossip. I think it leads to another problem, that is lack of communication. I think you start gossiping and then you stop talking because you're always like gossiping behind people's back, and you don't talk to each other. So I think these are big problems. I love gossip, but as I said, I think among the workers it can be bad, and that's it. Lack of communication too is really, really complicated and a huge challenge, and we have to work on it every day, because I think this also talks about sharing our feelings, and being honest to ourselves, so it's really, really hard, and it's a problem.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, gossip. Nondas, how about you?
Well, absence of respect, autonomy, when you have bad people around you, so idiot people and arrogant people, when you have a lot of pressure to hit goals and increase demands, gossip, as Bruna said, and we don't have autonomy to take your decision. So it's hard when your boss don't listen you, or don't respect you, or your colleagues don't respect you. For me, this is a toxic environment.
Yeah, reflecting here about the bad, co-workers, this is really interesting because sometimes the company try to instigate this challenge, like, the competition. It's something that, I think through the time, all the kind of between the co-workers, like, we have to take that place, and you have to take that place, and make sometimes the other worker feel insecure about the position, I need to be best, and now I need to be better, and the best and better and the best, because other person can take this place. So yeah, this is really toxic in my opinion. Guys, we have only 9 minutes, and I figure out that we run it out of this topic. But the last question will be one thing that you learn from your work that you consider very important, like, something that it's up to you. Let's start with Nondas.
Why me? So I learned that I'm a dump. This is my biggest learning in my job, in my work, in my career, because normally I don't know you all, but I thought that I know everything. I am special, and so this kind of dumb. Now I know that I need to learn more. I need to be more respectful. I need to listen more to people, and to listen more and talk less. So to understand the people. This is the biggest learning through my career and my experience.
Okay, it's almost a take-home message here from talking. Let me see from Bruna.
I think I learned that it's okay to make mistakes, because when I started working as a teacher, I thought I needed to just like you were saying, at school, we at like usually at language schools, we are expected so much when we tell them we are teachers, so everybody thinks we need to, not everybody, but a lot of people think we need to know all the words, and they are always asking, how do you say this? How do you say that? And sometimes I have no idea, and I needed to learn how to admit I didn't know. I used to struggle a lot in the beginning, to say I just don't know, I have no idea. And nowadays it's so much better to say I have no idea.
It's funny because the most part of the people ask something that we won't use, like, how can I say ponta de, I don't know.
No, let me ask you something. No, let me tell you something. Students once asked me how to say carne de coco, that part inside of the coconut, white part. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Let me see. Aurelio, how about you? Your message.
Yes, no, in my job life, I learned that it's important to have a respect each other. This is very important. Yes, it's important to have a respect your boss, but in my opinion, guys, my surname is Mafia. In Italy, mafia is mafia is a bad word. And I learned that it is important if you have a problem with a colleagues or other people inside your company, to tell, I know where you live. You see behind your back. And in this way, you avoid a problem, because they think for you, no, this is a problem. I prefer to avoid this person because it's very dangerous. I just kidding, guys. But I use
maybe
this.
you are not kidding. Maybe
no,
I don't know.
I use no.
I don't know.
Normally, sometimes, not very frequently, I use this sentence, but I'm a good person. I don't like to create a problem of other people. I think that the best solution is to search to stay in a good way in every situation, avoid a problem if is possible. And it's important to go back at home where there is your family. The family is always important. That's it,
Yeah,
guys.
totally right. Yeah, I created, I asked that because we run it, out of this topic. Okay, but I'm thinking also that, if you really like to work, or you like to work doing something that, you are enjoying developing, you don't care about 4 time or 5 time or 7 hour, doing the same repeatedly. You can work for 7 hours sometimes in something that you really like. Or, sometimes you are, tired and you don't want to work, even 1 hour, just 1 hour. So it's more important to have a good environment, where you can work better, and be yourself, feeling respected. Then, just establish some hours and just fit in part, it's better or not, and so on. Let me see. Let's hear from Karina.
So I learned that, Karina, don't charge yourself so much. You do your best. Yes, for me, it's important for this phrase, because you think a lot of time. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. It's a problem. It's a problem. Yes.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Now, Harry.
Definitely learn a lot of things on my work, something related to the market, or like Nanda said, to improve myself in terms of communication and deal with problems. But for me, I think the most important thing that I learned from work is that work is just work, and I don't want to.
Nice. Very nice.
Like, make my work, my career dictates where am I in my life. So that's something that it's not easy, to be honest. I've been trying to do that for a long time, and like you said at the beginning of the call, sometimes you go to bed and think about things and go back and think how would be if I did differently. And I don't want to have this behavior, because sometimes, at least for me, I get very attached to that, and I like my humor changes. I can't do other things because I'm constantly thinking about problems or things related to work. So I really want to like split that in my life and be able to be me as a person, not like define me of like what I'm doing when I'm working, or I'm doing when I work. So that's, I think, the biggest lesson that I'm learning and trying to implement.
Nice. Very good. Perfect. Because, it's I think that's the point. Like, trying to, let this kind of importance that you sometimes you give to your work, like, like it's just a work, and you have more thing in life to do, to put your energy. But it's something that's really hard to work on it. I don't know the reason, because sometimes you feel that, we live our work like, the work is our life. And for example, I really appreciate to learn play songs, play guitar, sing, and so on. But sometimes I feel that, my work, my activity has taken all my time. And when I see I'm living this time of working without the things that I am, like playing instruments and so on. So it's something that really is awful. Go ahead, Eric.
Just to complement that, and there is a couple of things that I do in order to like switch and like divide that. And one is like, if it's something that I got very worried about it and I need to fix it, I allow myself to suffer for 15 minutes. It's like, yeah, I messed up, I'm pretty bad, and let me suffer for 15 minutes. Then let's try to find a solution. And like after the day, I think for myself, this is something very important that will affect me in 2 weeks in the future. So if yes, which is like 1-2% of the time, okay, let's make a plan and let's see how it's gonna affect me. Let's see what we can do about it. If not, I'm just gonna constantly tell myself that that's not important. So it's not worth it to waste your time or be like constantly thinking about that. So that's like 2 things that I'm doing, and it's been very helpful. Like yesterday, I did something wrong on my job, and it was not like I didn't receive a complaint, but I received feedback and that say why I did that wrong. And I was very worried because I don't like to do things like to do things wrong. And okay, so I just like got off my computer, sat at the table, put a coffee, suffered for 15 minutes, then I came back and solved the problem. So, and I think, okay, this is gonna affect me? No, so forget about it. So that was in the morning, and like, I don't know, maybe a few years ago, that would take me maybe days to overcome. But after the lunch, I had forgotten that. So, okay, let's move on. And I think it's a good thing that we can try to implement. I don't know, may work or may not. So, but it's nice to try.
Perfect, very good. Thanks for these tips. I will try to implement because it's hard here. Thanks a lot, Eric. Guys, have to finish right now. Thanks a lot for this conversation. It was totally different for me because I read a lot of different things here, that I not expect to ask you, but it was interesting to make me think more. I shared a few forms, help us to enrich this conversation, with some tips, some suggestion that you want to discuss and so on, if you like or not, and so on. Feel free to feel the way you want. That's it. Have a nice week for you all. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot.